make sure to connect with me, paulamadeuslane.com and Paul Amadeus Lane on all social media platforms. I mean all. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can catch me. Catch me there. All right. You ready to bring on our very special guest? All right. This person right here is a little boss. Don't mess with her. But she's also an entrepreneur, been in acting for many years. It's time for us to welcome her and find out more about her story. I am so happy to have my next guest. She is the boss lady in all the meaning of the word. Talking about the amazing Tonya Renee Banks. Tonya, what's going on, boss lady?
Hey, how you doing? I'm good.
Doing fantastic. So happy to have you on. Hope all is well.
Thank you. Everything is good.
Awesome. I am a huge fan of yours. I appreciate your hustle. I've been seeing you for many years on different projects and everything. And some point in this interview, we're going to talk about the Carson Mall. We're going to talk about some of our favorite So first up, though, I just wanted to chat about your career and everything. And not only that, but the things that you've been working on here recently and things like that. So when did you know, Tonya, that you had a knack for the entertainment world? What was it about it that kind of drew you to it?
Well, to be frankly honest with you, when I was young, I want to say around maybe 6, 7 years old, my dad actually put it in my ear. It's interesting because I wrote a book. It's an autobiography of myself, and I tell this story in my book because people always ask me what made you decide to go into entertainment. Well, my dad, he first told me, he was like, he used to call me Bug, and he said, Bug, you could be a horse jockey. And I was like, I could be a horse jockey, Daddy, because I was a daddy's girl. And so I rode on a horse at that time. I think I was like 10, and I rode on the back of a horse, and it was a little scary. It was a little bumpy, and all my insides felt like they were about to pop out. And so then he told me, he was like, well, you can be an actress. And I was like, I could be an actress, Daddy? And so he said, yeah, you could be an actress. And from that point on, it just kind of stuck in my spirit. And when I was younger, he had a photographer come out and take pictures of me and my sister, but nothing ever came out of that because he really didn't stick to it. But then as I grew older and I was getting ready to enter high school, the counselors came to our middle school or junior high school at the time and asked what did we want to be. And I said, I wanted to be an actress. So that was my major in high school. And it just, I don't know. And so I was taking a lot of the classes, and I noticed, the drama teacher came up to me one time after class, and she told me she sees how whenever I perform or do my monologues, that I would have the attention of the whole class. So she was giving me these numbers to try to do like maybe background or whatever, some agent's numbers, but I never really followed through with it. But before I graduated from high school, I was affiliated with a organization called LPA, Little People of America. And so they were making a movie called Under the Rainbow, and they needed a lot of little people. And so I was underage at the time. And so I couldn't do it. So the following year, after I graduated, turned, 19 or whatever, 18, 19, the casting company called me and said that they needed a little Black female. Well, of course, at that time they said African-American female. And so I went in, got the job, but I was working behind the scenes. I was doing stand-in work, and I was standing doing doubling for Emmanuel Lewis on the show Webster. Yeah. And one thing just kind of happened after that. Then I did a commercial. It was a TV, some kind of television commercial, and I ran into a young man, little person. He asked me, did I have an agent? And I told him no. And so he said, well, we would love to have you be a part of our agency. So I went to the agency. The agent they didn't have any Black female little people in the business. They had a couple of Black male men. One was Tony Cox. And so she was like, oh, we want you with our agency. So her husband at the time actually did my first portfolio photos. And one thing just led to another. And I became a member of SAG, Screen Actors Guild, and I just been blessed. And I think, my dad passed away when I was 13.
Wow.
And I just kind of owe it to him. And I just feel that since he passed away, he put that bug in my ear. I just feel like it was a connection where a lot of doors have opened for me, because I haven't ever really had to try to look for an agent. All the agents have, pulled me in. And I just been totally blessed being in this field.
I love it. And you've been around a lot of major stars. I mean, California Love video with Tupac.
Yeah.
You've been in a number of things, doing some stunts and everything. I mean, you are a pretty amazing person, Tonya. What you've been able to accomplish, and looking at the Little Women of LA. We're hoping we get that second season.
Not ninth season.
I'm sorry, 9th season. I'm sorry.
9th season.
sorry. I don't know. I'm tripping right now. I haven't had my coffee this morning, as they say in New York.
Right.
But we hope we get that 9th season. And what is it like being a part of a reality show? Because you just play yourself, and what is that like? And how different is that than being on screen?
It's totally different. Little Women LA was my first reality show. Well, first and only right now. First reality show, and it's totally different because, like you said, I have to just be myself. I get paid to be myself, and to let my personality kind of explode out there. It's totally different. It's a total different craft. Reality from acting, because they just aired Aretha, the genius Aretha Franklin, on National Geographic. Now you can find it on Hulu. And I played a character, well, not a character, she's a person, Sammy Bryant, who was a gospel singer. And, I had to really study her. And they really didn't have too much on her when I Googled her and did research. But, I just did the best I could with, the information that I had. So, and the directors and everybody was happy with it. So I was like, okay.
And, I'm glad you shared that, because back in the days, we didn't have Google. So we would have to fumble around different things trying to make it up. But isn't that pretty cool that we have technology now where we can Google certain things, and even if it's just a little tidbit of information,
right,
it can definitely help us out. What was the most challenging part of playing her in that documentary? Was it singing? Was it what was it?
So the singing was definitely, it was that was because that lady, that gospel singer Sammy Bryant, she had a really strong voice, like a Mahalia Jackson, if not a little stronger, a little deeper. But you know, with technology and everything, we got through it.
It was some T-Pain auto tune on it, right?
Yeah, auto tune.